their full finished projects. Some people don't like to watch their own TV shows or movie, which I find kind of strange. I'm not a perfectionist, but I'd like to see that it came out right or came out somewhat agreeable, whether it be a TV show or a movie. At least Patrick Stewart, I know for certain because he's mentioned this, he does like to look at his previous shows, previous movies. He likes to know whether he gave his best performance. He likes to know whether or not the editing was handled right when he was giving his best performance. And I totally agree with that. The ones that don't want to look at themselves, I don't know, maybe they just pick too many, what's that phrase they use today? Maybe they pick too many cringe products to do, and of course their performance looks all cringy because of the material. But that's how it goes, I guess. But yeah, if you want the true Gen 1 Transformers, the storyline that really makes it what it was, that all these other people later have been profiting off of like a cash cow and twisting it in their own little ways. No, heck with that. Go back to Gen 1, actual animated Gen 1, Gen 1 inspired movie. And you need to start it off, and hopefully you're partially an anime fan too. You need to find this DVD. That's right, this DVD. And Captain Frugal, if you're watching, I hope you find this DVD too. This is what it looks like on the spine. And it's basically a few of the origin episodes and a couple extra episodes in there. And that's what it looks like on the back. Find this DVD and get your Transformer journey started properly. And then you can appreciate the full series and the full animated movie. And then later you can revisit these live action ones and CGI ones and make a true decision based on the actual canon content. And then you can draw your own conclusions afterwards. But you have to see the canon original. I don't understand this trend of people bashing original shows, or in the case of video games. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, but these remakes came out and they were kind of lackluster as far as the storytelling, and a lot of the voice dialogue was just simply pointless or terrible. And in some cases, some scenes actually ruined the strength of some of the Resident Evil characters. And so some people prefer the original Resident Evil trilogies from the 90s. I enjoy the Resident Evil trilogy in the 90s. I enjoy the Nintendo Wii Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles, which I think is a respectful remake of Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica to a limited degree. And I even respect that remake of Resident Evil 3, only because it was not supposed to be Resident Evil 3 originally. It was supposed to be a spin-off project called Last Escape. But the, the British version of Capcom went and labeled it Resident Evil 3, while Capcom was actually working on what they were going to have as Resident Evil 3, and then they had to scrap it because Britain had already labeled that game Resident Evil 3. So it was a very convoluted thing. I believe Code Veronica was actually going to be an official Resident Evil 3, but got renamed, labeled, as it were. All right, guys, I'm sure I've been ranting and raving here, and I didn't mean to, but this is just like an anime moment, or animation moment, or a movie moment, all kind of wrapped into one. This is a Transformers moment for people to truly appreciate Gen 1. Get immersed in the Gen 1 story, at least for the first 3 seasons, and then revisit all these other ones, even a couple movies you've seen again, but do it freshly after immersing yourself in Gen 1 to truly get the appreciation. Now sometimes, and this is unfortunate, sometimes people have not seen the older material and they've been so blown away by some sequel, some off-kilter addition to the series or franchise way later, that it has ruined their ability to actually focus and appreciate on the original material. All right, guys, you have a great one. This is Wild Elf 26, and have a great day, and may the Triforce bless you all. And Autobots, transform and roll out.